What's going on, everybody? Only Mike here over at the Game Creator, and we are back with some more Quest tutorial on our survival series. This is going to be part 2, and if you missed part 1, I'll leave it in a little card at the top right for you so you can check that out. Now, hopefully with this new software I don't have any interruptions and we can get straight through because I had to piece together the last video, and I do apologize for that. But without anything else, let's go ahead and get back into it. Now, where we left off is that we made our resource room, our tool room, animal, food, calendar, stash room, and we also added an extra room for us to go into so we could check out our random resource spawner. So, now that we know how all that works, okay, and we're spawning our clones into the room, now what we need to be able to do is pick up our items. So what we want to do is go into grass. We're going to go into object. Let me open this up on my other one. I'm sorry, I should have had this open already. Okay, so there's a few things that we want to do here. Go into inventory tab. I'm sorry, not object. And we're going to go on the default behavior, use that drop down tab, and run a script. So what script are we going to run? Well, we need to ask if. What are we asking if the player is carrying plant fibers? So we say if player is carrying object plant fiber. Okay, then what we need to do is, what I did on mine was I set up a random variable to pick up multiple, from 1 to a random number, up to 3. So you could pick multiple because I use a lot of grass fibers. So that's what we're going to set up in this one. Now, if you didn't want to do this, I will show you how to just increase it by 1. So first what we need to do is, after the then, we need to add a new script, and we are going to go down and we are going to set a variable or attribute. And we're going to call this, well, let me get a random number first. Let's go to expression, drop down, random number. And we're going to set variable x, and we're going to make this a number between 1 and 3. Now, if we wanted to, we could use, what I'm going to add into the game is a craft skill or a harvesting skill, which we will do later on, but for right now we're just going to use this number. And how we would do that is, it would be an expression and then it would look something like this: player. Or someone on the forums asked me if there was a problem, what if the character's name not player, or what if it's not the player. So you would go game dot pov dot let's say harvest skill. There we go. And it would look something like that. So whatever your harvest skill was, as it went up, it would grab a random number from 1 to that harvest skill. Or you could also have this go up. You could have a max set. So you could change this back into a number. You could change this to a max, like let's say 20. 20 is the max. And then that's when you would come in here and you would type the same game.pov dot harvest skill. Okay, so that would look something like that. So it would get the number that you have for a harvest skill, and then it would grab to the max of 20. So you can never cap over 20. You could also do it like that. But for now, until we get that all set up, we're going to go 1 through 3. Okay. Sorry I got off the little subject there. But anyways, now we need to go add a new script, and we need to set variable. So go down to variables, set variable or attribute, double click, and we are going to set the plant fiber dot volume Okay, we're going to set the volume of the plant fiber object, which will be in your inventory. And what we're going to use the volume as is a stackable entity. So that way we only use one plant fiber and we just add to the volume of it, which increases its size inside your inventory. So you can use that as an inventory management kind of deal. And you can also increase the size of your inventory as you go along, so you could make backpacks and stuff. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. Leave something in the comments below if that's something that you're interested in, is like making sizable backpacks to go based on the volume with this system that we're making. So anyways, now we need to set variable plant fiber.volume to an expression, which is going to be plant fiber.volume space plus space x. Okay, so whatever x becomes, that's what we're going to add to the plant fiber volume. Okay, and it's going to correctly increment it. And then we need to also get rid of the clone object that we're picking up. All right, so when we're dealing with clones, let's go to objects, add a new script, go to objects. When we're dealing with clones, there's a specific thing that we have to call when we remove the object. So I'm sorry I didn't say anything, I was talking. When you add a new script, scroll down to objects, and then you'll find, where did it go? Remove object. Okay, you'll want to double click that and remove object. So we aren't going to remove an actual object because we're not dealing with an object, we're dealing with a clone of an object. So let's go to expression, and we need to type in this. So it's going to grab this, which is the clone of the grass, okay, and it's going to get rid of it. It's going to no longer exist. So now we need to do an else, because this is if the player is carrying the plant fiber. But what if he isn't carrying it? So add an else. We could use else if, but we don't need that. So we go here and we are going to do basically the same thing here, but we got to do one more step. So we're going to come up top, we're going to grab remove object, hold shift, and then click on set variable, and then hit copy. Then we're going to come down here to our else, and we're going to paste. Now at the bottom we need to add one more thing. Go to add a new script, go to inventory, you want to click the inventory tab, and it's going to add an object to our inventory. Well, what do we want to add? We want to add the plant fiber, because it's going to ask if the player is carrying the plant fiber, then it's going to do this automatically. Okay, if he's not, then it's going to do this, and those are the only two options that it's going to run through. So add to inventory plant fiber. Okay, so that's how we do adding to inventory, taking our plant fibers, okay, and that's the grass which is going to populate the world. And we'll pick up the plant fibers, and the plant fibers are going to be used for crafting later on. So after we do that, we need to be able to drop. Oh, we're not dropping the grass. That's right, because we're not using the grass. We're picking up plant fibers. So we need to copy this whole thing here. So click on it, hit copy, and we need to take it over to plant fiber. Now the reason that we did not, okay, when we copied our grass and we copied it up here and then we pasted it down and then we renamed everything, we didn't want to make this script first because it has happened a lot to me when I've done that. If you make massive scripts and then you copy the whole thing and paste it, if you change anything in any other one of those scripts, it will change in every single other object. So just be leery of that when you're copying and pasting objects, because some things you don't want to copy and paste as a whole entity. So this is why I break this up. We make one, we copy it though, and then we could just bring it over to plant fiber. We're going to go to our inventory tab, take, going to run a script, and we're going to paste it here. Okay, Now this is going to be the same exact thing, besides we need to delete this because we can actually populate the world also with loose plant fibers, dead grass just lying on the ground, okay? But we're going to get rid of this set variable, and we're going to get rid of this set variable, and we're going to add a new script. We're going to scroll down, and we're going to increase object counter. We're going to add that. Object is our plant fiber. Our counter name is volume. And it's going to only increase it by once, and it's going to set the attribute and everything all at once. And then we're going to remove object this, okay? Because we can, clone our plant fibers, like I said, and populate them in the world also. So another thing we want to do is go ahead and delete these. Highlight them both with Shift, erase, and then we're going to take this, increase object counter, copy it, come down here, paste it, and then I'm going to move this up. So there we go. There's our take script. Now we need a drop script, okay, because we're going to populate our inventory with the plant fiber, right? So we are going to need to be able to drop it. So let me go into my plant fiber. Okay, there we go. Now we need to run script for dropping it. Alright, so we need to run a new script. We need to ask if what? If the player is carrying an object. What is he carrying? The plant fiber. Then we need to run another script, and we need to ask another if. 2 seconds, I gotta cough. Okay, sorry about that. We need to ask another if, and what we're going to ask is if object counter. So click this expression. It's going to give you this drop down, and you're going to find object counter, and it's going to look for the object is our plant fiber. Our counter name is volume, and this is going to be equal or greater than, okay, then 2. So if this is equal or greater than 2, we're going to run this script. And the reason why we're asking if it's equal or greater than 2, because we want this to run if we got, like, let's say 30 plant fibers in our inventory. It's going to count for everything after 2. But then at the end we can just add an else, and it's going to only pick up on the, oh, okay, so if I only have 1 in my inventory, then it's going to run this other script. So anyways, let's deal with this one first. If it is greater or equal to 2, what we are going to do, we're going to add a new script, scroll down to variables, decrease object counter, add. Object, of course, is our plant fiber. Counter is, of course, volume. Then we need to add a new script. Okay, we're going to scroll down, find our objects, go to the very end, and we need to clone and move an object. Okay, what are we cloning? We're cloning the plant fiber, and we're going to move it, not an object, but to an expression, and we're going to type in player dot parent. Now this is going to spawn a plant fiber into where the player's at. So it's going to simulate that he's dropping it, okay? That's what we're trying to do, and it's going to decrease the volume inside your inventory for the plant fiber. So that's what we're trying to simulate here, is an actual dropping the item. So these items will not stack once you throw them down on the ground. There will be individuals, okay? So that's what we're working with there. Now, if it does equal 1, or if it is less than 2, okay, which is obviously going to be 1, you can't get no lower, besides 0, then it's not going to do anything because we're not going to have it. Anyways, let's go to add else, and then we're going to copy these two, copy, paste, okay, and then we're going to move object. So add a new script, find the move tab, and I'm going to take this move tab and I'm going to move it up in the middle, okay? So this is going to happen kind of in this order. I didn't want to clone the plant fiber first before I moved it out of the inventory. But what are we moving? We're moving the plant fiber. And where are we moving it to? We're moving it to that stash room that we made. Okay, and this is where these items can remain, and they can remain hidden because we're never going to enter the stash room. Okay, and then we can just call on the clones and everything, and it'll be right there. Or when we add it to inventory, it's going to automatically add it back to our inventory and keep just going back and forth. So there we go. Now we should be able to go into the game, pick grass, and drop plant fibers and everything. So let me save, and you should save too, and let's go play. Let's see what we got here. Alright, you are in a room. You can see grass, 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 tree, 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 stick, stick, boulder, boulder. Alright, awesome. And you can go south. So nice that we got some boulders there. We go south and we got bromeliads. We got stones, stick, bush, all that good jazz. Okay, let's go back north and I'm going to take the grass. Let's go ahead and take it. Boom. So now we can see in our inventory we have plant fiber. So the way that we can check how many we picked up just now, if we drop, okay, so we dropped it, scroll down, there's a plant fiber. So we can drop, dropped another one, that's 2, 3. So it was 3. It was the max that we came out with. And let's go ahead and pick up another grass. Take. So each time we do that, see how we got this plant fiber in our inventory, and we still got the 3 plant fibers cloned on the ground. And then I could just pick those up as well. So if we go here and we take, that's just going to add it to our overall. So let's go ahead and drop, 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 drop. So we got 6. So that was the max. I got 3 on each of them. So that was a good pull. Let's see how many we get this time. So we pick that up and let's drop, drop, drop. Wow, we're getting 3 each time, huh? Wow, what luck. Let's take this one. See how many we get out of that. 1, 2. Oh, we finally got a different number. We got 2 on that one. Okay, so let's take it, go back up, and then we see all of our plant fibers here. So let's take them all. So how many was that all together? That was 9, 11. So it should be 11. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Yep, that was 11. So out of 4 pieces of grass, we ended up getting 11 fibers, which will come in handy. I promise. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not, especially if you use the kind of crafting system that I use. I use a lot of plant fibers. I get a lot of inspiration from 7 Days to Die, so if you know anything about that game, plant fibers is a huge aspect. So there you have it, everyone. We made our grass and our plant fibers able to pick up and stack and all that good stuff. So what happens when you want to be able to, know how many that you have? So we can just stop the game. What we need to do is go into plant fiber. We need to go to setup, or yeah, let's not do that there. Let's make us a verb right quick. Let's say what do we want to look up? Or I mean, what do we want to call this? We could call it stack, or could we call it limit, or I don't know. You can call it anything you want to. I'm gonna call mine stack. Okay, so it's gonna simulate how many is in the stack that I have. So I'm gonna add that. Okay. Sorry if I didn't go over this. Go to your plant fiber, go to the verb tab, and you're gonna add a new verb. And instead of print a message, we're going to run a script. And in that script, we're going to add a new one. We're going to print a message here, but we're going to change that message into an expression. And we're going to say, you have, let's go outside of the parentheses, space bar, you're going to go plus sign, go back in the plus signs, and then we're going to type, you have plant fiber dot volume. Go outside of the plus, space, quotation, go inside the quotations, space, and what we are going to say is you have X number of plant fibers. So it's going to say you have 1 plant fibers. I don't like that. 2 plant fiber. Let's just call it plant fiber. Or no, we'll say fibers left. I don't know. You can say whatever you want to say. Anyways, this little what this little text is going to tell us is how much we have left in our volume. Okay, and as we made the script, it's going to simulate each time you throw one out, the volume goes down. Okay, so let's save that and let's go back in. And oh great, we only got a boulder. Here's some grass. Let's take that. We got our plant fiber now. So if we hit stack, we can see we got 1 plant fibers left. So let's drop it and see we only got 1. So we take it. So I'm going to stop this. I'm going to go back and hopefully get some more grass spawned up. There we go. Let's take it. Take it. So we took 2 grass. How much do we have in our stack? We have 2. Oh wow, we're only getting 1 each now. Let's take this one. Take that one. Now let's see how many we got. We got 6 now. Okay, so if we drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So all that works, and then you can see how many you have. And see, this is the only problem with that. So if we want to fix this stack thing, we need to fix it over here. So let's stop game. So this way we won't be able to see this stack verb until it's in our inventory. So go to object under plant fiber. Okay, and we're going to go to inventory verbs, and we're going to delete the use. And under display verbs, look at and take. We're going, no, we need to display automatically. There we go, disable that. So we're going to disable automatically generated display verb list for this object. So it's not going to display these. But we do want it to display when it's in our inventory, so we're going to go to inventory verbs and we're going to add stack. Now, hopefully when we go back in, we'll be able to see the look at and take for the plant fiber, but not the stack button. So let's go ahead and play. Let's pick up the grass, take it, plant fiber, we got look at, drop, stack, we have 1, let's drop it, and then we click on the plant fiber. Now as we can see, we got look at and take. So there we go. Now that gets rid of that, you know, being able to see the stack button. So there. That works. Look at, drop, and take. There. Or stack and take. Not take. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, there we go, guys. Alright, so we got that item set up. We got the plant fiber all set up. We're going to be doing something different for the tree. But we will be doing basically the same thing for the stick as we did the plant fiber. So if we come to the plant fiber, let's do this one real quick. Okay? And you can do this for the stone as well and the flint and iron. Go to the plant fiber. We're going to go into inventory. And what we're going to do is click this and copy it. Now go over to stick. Let's go to default behavior under inventory, run a script. Let's go ahead and paste that. and then we're going to change all this into stick. Okay, so you change that into stick. You change the volume by stick. Yeah, you can leave remove object this the same. That's universal. It doesn't matter what. But we just need to do all the plant fiber ones into stick. And then that'll work with our stick in the room. So let's go back to plant fiber. Copy the drop. Let's copy that. Go to stick. We're going to, after dropping object, we're going to, we're going to paste it. Okay, and we're going to say stick. Change all this, of course, into stick. Okay, there we go. Now all that should be running now. Everything should be working. I'm going to save. Going to go in and test it with sticks. South, of course, nothing pops up. Oh, wow. Really, nothing popped up twice. There we go. My goodness. Take it. So we got our plant fiber. And now we take a stick. We got our stick. We do not have the stack button or anything like that for our stick yet, but if we drop it one, we just get one. Okay. Take it. Let's take that one. And we drop. Hold on. Oh, that's because I dropped it. Okay, here. Does it pop back up or something? Okay. I gotcha. But I thought in the beginning I had one, two, three sticks. Huh. Hold on, let's get out of here. Let's go back. Let me look at our take. We're increasing. We're increasing. And here we're decreasing. So let's play. Let's see. Take. Take. That should be 2 sticks. So it's drop. Ah, something's wrong here. Something's not going right. Decrease object counter. Alright, I'm going to pause this for a second, guys, and I'm going to figure this out, and I'll be back. Alrighty, so what I did, and I just seen this, I was looking and I was looking and I was like, there's nothing wrong. What's going on here? And then I seen after dropping the object, put this in the wrong spot. So if we click on this script that we added in, we cut it, okay, and we go down to drop default behavior, run script. Okay, we need to add a new script. Oops, we need to paste here. Okay, drop, it's going to run this script now. Now we should be able to go in, pick up a stick, take 1, 2, 3. So it should be 3 sticks. Oops. So if we choose stick, we drop 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, we fixed it. Put it in the wrong spot. Let me make sure the plant fiber is under that one. Yeah, okay, the plant fiber is right. Yeah, because we would have been getting problems with that one too. So there we go. All that looks a lot better. It works a lot better. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. The next time that we come back, we will be working on liquids and our first tool making. So I think we'll be working on tool making first, and yeah, we'll do that one first. That's what we're gonna do next. Yeah, we'll make the stone axe. We'll be able to craft the stone axe next and be able to use it to beat on a tree and boulder. Okay, so that'll be the next part, which will be crafting and hopefully some functionality to our stone axe as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave you with a little bit of homework. I want you to do the same thing that we did with the grass for the bush, okay? But instead of when you pick up the grass, you get plant fibers. I want you to, when you pick up the bush, you get the sticks, okay? So that's a little bit of homework there, and I want you to do the same thing for the sticks and the plant fiber that we did for the take and the drop. And I want you to do that with the stone. So I want to be able to, I want you guys to be able to pick up the stone like we do the sticks and the plant fiber, and as well as the bush as the grass. Okay, so there's your homework for next time, and I'll see you then. Later.